It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. Moderate to heavy lake effect snow downwind from Lake Ontario today. Light to moderate lake effect snow downwind from most of the Great Lakes, as a matter of fact. Moderate to heavy snow over parts of the Sierra Nevada mountains and the northern Intermountain region. Looking around 1/10 of an inch of rain and freezing rain over parts of the middle Mississippi Valley tonight into tomorrow. Temperatures will be 10 to 20 degrees below average over parts of the upper Midwest. Closer to home, warmer temperatures today through the weekend. A weak cold front's going to intrude on us next week, but dry weather every day, low-end breezy conditions today. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. On yesterday's edition of Inside New Mexico with Steve Pierce, the former congressman discussed his decision to not seek another term as Republican chairman and why he feels now is the time to pass the baton.
I made the decision actually probably 2 years ago that I would not run again. I felt very similar to things I saw in the Air Force as an instructor pilot. If you left a person in the right seat as co-pilot too long, they lost their cutting edge, the ability to make snap decisions, and you got to make very tough decisions when you're flying, sometimes life or death.
As previously reported, Otero County Commissioner Amy Barella won the top spot, and she told us earlier this week she had an idea how to make things better in the land of enchantment.
We have to save the state of New Mexico. The crime rate's out of control. The prices are out of control. We have so many people that receive government assistance. We can do something different with the state, and the first thing that we can do is by voting differently.
The 77-year-old Pierce has held the position of chair of the New Mexico Republican Party since December 8th of 2018. On Tuesday, the Cloudcroft Village trustees met in session over the issue of a replacement for the mayor.
Since activities from last Friday morning through today, we've done is contracted a payroll service to make sure that our employees are paid and that the payroll taxes and everything else are being handled correctly. We brought in the Council of Governments, the New Mexico Municipal League. We're reconciling our accounts. We're working on our budget items, and we're moving forward with items that have been set in place over the last few months. So this was this unfortunate situation we're all in. It adds stress and burden to all of us. We tried just to dig in and say, what do we have to do first? Let's take care of our employees. What do we do next? We've got to get our accounts reconciled. We've got to get on top of our money and on top of our budgets. So those were the top priorities we set, and then moving forward.
The resigned mayor, Craig Turner, spoke as a private citizen during public comments.
We can work towards a more efficient and responsive village office. Thank you. I'm done. I just want to say together we can work towards a more efficient, responsive village office.
The meeting went into closed executive session to discuss personnel matters. The trustees then went back into public session and voted to send the closed-door agenda items to the Municipal League for further review and assessment. No mayor was appointed, to the frustration of those in attendance. Since this past summer, Alamogordo Town News has run a series of stories, both on air and print, concerns being raised by the residents of two mobile home parks within the city of Alamogordo, Desert Palms and Amber Skies. We reported on a number of complaints from residents within those parks of water issues, gas issues, a lack of gas, no drinking water, and other issues that seem to be going unanswered by the out-of-state park owners. Well, we're happy to report that the improvements at each park are now nearing completion. At Amber Skies, all the water service saddles have been replaced and they're patching up the roads. Congratulations to those who worked together to improve the living conditions in these two mobile home parks. Alamogordo Public Schools Student Nutrition Program presents the 2024 Winter Break Drive-Thru Meal Distribution. That's happening Saturday, December 21st from 10 until 1 at Alamogordo High. All supplies lasts. Meals are for children ages 1 to 18. The child does not need to be present. Each child will receive 10 breakfasts and 10 lunches. These are shelf-stable, snack-like, and 5-component meals. Well, today is Friday. That means we get a cat chat from Kitty City.
Hi, this is Kathy Denton with Kitty City, and welcome to this week's edition of Cat Chat. This week, we are featuring 3 of the nicest cats that Kitty City has seen in a while. These 3 sweet kitties are in need of rehoming. The first cat is Nemo, a big orange tabby male. He is neutered and has short hair. Nemo is 9.5 years old and his front paws are declawed. An ideal situation for this senior cat would be a calm home with a male owner. However, Nemo does well with calmer children. He also gets along well with other cats as long as they do not pick on him. Nemo is a lover, not a fighter. Although he allows himself to be picked up, it is not his favorite thing. However, he does enjoy laps and pets. As for dogs, Nemo can coexist with the dog, but prefers to keep a good distance between himself and the dog. Nemo hopes that the second half of his life will be spent with a single mature person or couple who will appreciate him for who he is, will keep him safe and protected, and most importantly, will love him unconditionally. The next kitty in need of rehoming is Maya, a beautiful, dilute calico with short hair. Maya is a 2.5-year-old female and in the prime of her life. This personable girl really digs people and their lap. She enjoys movie nights on TV, so she can select a lap and snuggle up for some serious pets and a good show. Mia loves children and does well with dogs and other cats of all ages. She is spayed and microchipped. Finally, we have Miles, a neutered male who is very sweet. He is mostly white with gray patches, a very handsome boy. He is only 1.5 years old, and it seems that kittenhood has never quite left him. He's a playful guy and encourages other cats around him to play as well. Miles adores children and snuggles up to them at night. He also gets along well with dogs. Snuggles and playtime are his favorite things. Miles is neutered and microchipped. Come visit Nemo, Maya, and Miles at Kitty City at 56 Stanley Ranch Road. They are waiting patiently for their forever home. Or check out Nemo, Maya, and Miles and their stories and all the kitties at Kitty City at our website, www.kittycitynm.com. Please come out to White Sands Mall tomorrow, Saturday, December 14, and next Saturday, December 21, for the Kitty City Adoption event from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Kitty City will have cats and kittens, and Alamogordo Animal Control will have dogs available and ready for their forever homes. Kitty City holiday special price is 2 cats or kittens for the price of 1. 2 kitties are half the trouble and twice the fun. And come meet our world-famous calendar kitty, Lenny Lou, making his special appearance from 12 noon to 3 p.m. at the White Sands Mall tomorrow, Saturday, December 14. Lenny Lou will be autographing his month in the Paul's Print 2025 Kitty Calendar. All proceeds from the calendar sales go to Kitty City to save cats and kittens. You can purchase your 2025 Paul Prince Cat Calendar, autographed by Lenny Lou, and even get your photo taken with our star kitty. I'm Kathy Denton, and this has been this week's edition of Cat Chat. I'll be talking to you next week from Kitty City. Kitty City and you. No one loves them better.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
A judge handed down a sentence to Edward Duran, who pled no contest to 15 counts of rape in cases from 1990 to 97, when Duran was on probation for an attempted rape dating back to 1989. In all of these crimes, the district attorney's office said Duran broke into the victims' apartments, threatened them with a weapon, and then raped them. During a sentencing hearing yesterday, multiple victims spoke out and described a lifetime of trauma and fear. Duran will be incarcerated for 270 years. Authorities were scrambling to find an accused murder suspect before he was rearrested yesterday. Alex Zapata, a 4-time convicted felon and murder suspect, was on the loose after being released from the Lee County Detention Center. Despite a Curry County judge's order to hold Zapata in custody until trial, a series of missteps led to his release. Zapata was arrested in connection with a murder in Clovis, where a judge deemed him a danger to the community. But 6 weeks ago, Zapata was released following a ruling in Lee County related to separate charges. Zapata is the 5th case since July in which an alleged violent felon was mistakenly released from the Lee County Detention Center. Ben Baker, Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham's public safety advisor, spoke with KOAT.
If a judicial authority thinks that person should be held pending their trial, they absolutely should be held.
I guess we should just be grateful the governor didn't release him herself like she, did with all those others. The error came to light when Clovis police responded to a domestic violence call and witnesses told them that Zapata had been present and armed with a gun. No one noticed he was missing until then? Yesterday, we talked about Janine Jaramillo. That's the woman who claimed she was being held hostage before causing a wrong-way crash, which killed 2 people on I-25. Well, she was found guilty in court yesterday. That's right, the jury found Jaramillo guilty of 2 counts of first-degree murder, felony, great bodily harm by vehicle, reckless driving, aggravated fleeing from a law enforcement officer, receiving or transferring stolen motor vehicles, her second offense, making a false report of a violation of the criminal code, and reckless driving. In 2022, she claimed a man was holding her at knife point in the car. She traveled the wrong direction on I-25, caused a crash which claimed the lives of retired Las Vegas firefighter Frank Lovato and Santa Fe police officer Robert Duran. Jaramillo was seen wiping away her tears from her eyes as the state told jurors in closing arguments that Jaramillo was responsible for the deadly crash.
We find the defendant guilty of murder in the first degree as charged in count 1.
I'm sorry, but I don't give a damn that she wiped away tears. This is not the first time she did something like this. This is just the first time she really got caught. I don't believe she's sorry for killing those 2 men, but that's just one man's opinion. She faces a sentence of up to life in prison, and her sentencing is expected to take place next year. The incoming Trump administration could get rid of the 2011 policy which prohibits immigration and customs enforcement agents from arresting undocumented people at schools, churches, hospitals, and other so-called protected areas.
I don't want to be breaking up families, so the only way you don't break up the family is you keep them together and you have to send them all back.
Dylan Corbett, the executive director of the Hope and Border Institute, that's a social justice organization in El Paso, told KTST the potential of getting rid of this policy is troubling.
Reports that we might be rescinding that policy are really troubling, and it would affect our community in a real way. It would be a real threat to the people in our community. El Paso is an immigrant community. It's part of who we are. It's part of what it means to be a border community.
While that is partially true, legal immigrants have nothing to worry about. It is the illegals who are being sought. Advocates add that now is a time for people who are vulnerable to immigration enforcement to know their rights and their options. The New Mexico Department of Transportation is bringing back the Name a Snowplow contest for the 2nd year in a row. The rules for the contest are simple. Each person can submit 1 name only. Names are limited to 20 characters. That includes letters and spaces. No vulgar, profane, or inappropriate language, which kills my damn suggestion. Politically inspired names, including plays on politicians' names or slogans, will not be considered. That means Michelle Lujan Gruesome is a no-go. Previously selected snowplow names from last year are ineligible for this year. Those names include Sleetwood Mac, Snowplow Pilla, Better Call Salt, and Bisque Snow Cheeto. Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 49 games for New Mexico girls basketball today, including El Dorado at Chaparral. 57 games for New Mexico varsity basketball today, including El Dorado at Chaparral. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for partly sunny skies, winds gusting as high as 21 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight, winds gusting as high as 14, sunny skies tomorrow. Your high today in the basin, 60, low tonight of 34, high tomorrow, 61 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies today, winds gusting up to 29 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight, winds gusting up to 22, sunny skies tomorrow. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 41, wind chills are going to make it feel like it's 19. Low tonight of 24, wind chills are going to make it feel like it's 20. High tomorrow, 48 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting KALHradio.org. Also check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. Well, that concludes this Friday edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.